Hi, my name is Amanda and I came here as a work study. I have had the privilege to go through both the lifestyle educator and the lifestyle counselor program. I've definitely enjoyed my time here. I know that I've grown a lot spiritually. I know that I've grown a lot mentally because I came here when I was very young. When I was applying for the LC program, I had to write a letter for the committee, and this is what I wrote. I see in the medical missionary work a crucial and fulfilling commission that Christ has given us. Quote, "We have come to a time when every member of the church should take hold of the medical missionary work." Unquote. I believe that this work is of utmost importance and that we should do our best to spread this as far as possible all over the world. And I definitely believe those words today, still. And I would even like to add a quote. And it says, "I wish to tell you that soon there will be no work done in ministerial lines, but medical missionary work." Those two quotes show me that medical missionary work is very important. And I know since I came here very young, I could have been, the 2 years I've been here, in college, I could have been in school, in somewhere, in some place somewhere. But I know God has definitely shown me that I was called to be here for this purpose and this specific time. Medical missionary work is a very broad term. A lot of us think of it as going overseas to Thailand, to Africa, to India, to anywhere. But I think of it as allowing God to work through us to heal the mind, the body, and the soul. It's a very, very high calling to be called a medical missionary. I've been realizing that recently. It's a very solemn work, and it's important to know that we're not just working with herbs or with water or with changing your diet. It's not just that. We need God. If we don't have God, then what's the point of healing the body? What's the point of the comfrey, the chamomile, the ashwagandha, anything? What's the point of a fever bath if you do not have God? I know when I was accepted into the LC program that I did not feel worthy. I felt that I was too shy. I was not smart enough. I was this and that, and this and that. I had a whole long list of things why I shouldn't be doing the LC program. And as I mentioned, I even thought about, I should be in college right now. I should be doing this right now. But God had other plans. And I'm very, very thankful that I have gone through those plans. I know through the classes, I have been blessed immensely by each class. Common diseases, hydrotherapy, herbal presentations, the other classes as well. I know one that I really liked a lot was physiology of hydrotherapy. All of these were ways of looking at things very differently, something different than the world will teach you. Such simple things can be used on the body to have such a profound effect on the body. And I know when it came more to the practicum part of the LC program, I was thrown in quite a bit early. Each guest is teaching me something new about how to treat this person this way so they feel most comfortable, or how to how this treatment can affect this disease, or how this herb can affect this other disease. Each guest, I really like learning the lessons that I've learned through each guest. And I remember one lesson wasn't exact, it was with the guest, but it was with an experience that I had to have for the guest. So one guest had comfrey for her knee, because she was having some pretty, like 10 out of 10, she described it, knee pain, left knee pain. And she was given a comfrey flaxseed and water poultice for her knee. And she was also having a contrast hydrotherapy because she also had edema in her legs. At the end of the session, she did say that her pain in the mornings went from a 10 out of 10 to a 1 out of 10. And the edema also in her leg went down by half an inch, which is a lot in just 17 days. That's a powerful, powerful testimony. But one spiritual lesson that I did learn in that session in harvesting the comfrey for her, I was harvesting comfrey. Any of you who have harvested comfrey have probably felt the little prickly things on the comfrey. And I guess for me, it was kind of cutting me in a way, like very, very small cuts. It didn't really hurt that bad, but you could kind of feel it. And I somehow would come in contact with the mucilaginous effects of whether it was a broken leaf, somehow I got in contact with the juice, or with at the bottom of the leaf, I would somehow get in contact with that. And that would just cover the little cuts that were just made. And it was soothing. And it just made me think of how God has made me not experience as much consequences as I've had needed to feel in my life for decisions that I've made. The mercy that he's had. I guess I learned two spiritual lessons from that, and that's one of them. And the other is through those cuts, I learned how to harvest the comfrey more efficiently, so I wouldn't get as deep cuts next time. And sometimes we need to be broken down in order to be lifted up. God soothes those cuts that are made to bring us back up, because I know through those cuts I learned to harvest the comfrey more efficiently so I wouldn't get cut as much next time. Or whether that was to use gloves or just touch it in a certain place so it wouldn't get cut. And it's definitely been the same experience in the LC course, and definitely in practicum as well. I know that I've gone through a lot spiritually, and honestly, through a lot this program. God doesn't necessarily call the qualified, he qualifies the called. I am very thankful for God, first of all, for using an imperfect person like me, as much of us can say, an imperfect person like me, to be able to minister to others. I'm also thankful for my family who's been there to support me throughout this time, support that you guys have had, even though, as I mentioned, it may have looked like a waste of time in the first place. I think all of us can see the benefit it has been for me now. I'm thankful for every provider. I've learned so much through each and every one of you. Each doctor's appointment I'm learning something new. I'm very thankful as well for the lifestyle counselors. I know I had a billion questions and I'm sure you guys got tired of my billion questions for each person. I'm very thankful for the things that you've taught me, and I'm also very thankful for each and every one of you just sticking through it. I know each person has their own things that they're dealing with, but the Lord uses you guys. I'm also thankful for my LE classmates as well. You guys were great. I cannot be thankful enough for each and every classmate that I had. We had such a fun group, and I'm very thankful for my experience, the LA experience. Last but definitely not least, I'm very thankful for everyone on campus who has just smiled at me, who I've had random conversations with, etc. You guys create the spiritual atmosphere here, and that's something that you can't find anywhere else. I would like to leave you with the text that I have chosen for, honestly, my whole experience here in this specifically lifestyle counseling program. It's 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9, and it says, "And he said unto me, My grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly therefore will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon you." And in my experience, through his power, I know that in our weakness we are made strong.